Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a deep dive on meditation and discipline, and I'm going to be talking about the significance of the Aries energy and doing, and motivation, the warrior energy that lives within us. And we live in a materialist society where we're constantly doing, using the right side of our body, our sun sign, our sun side, our doing side, living in a society where we have to keep doing, achieving, providing, manifesting, and we believe this is in this material format through materials. And we need some security, right? We need a home, we need food, we need to be able to live and sustain ourselves. But during this challenging way that we live and the way that society pushes us to keep working and the prices of everything excelling, as we keep doing and going through the energy, we never feel enough. And this doing energy, when it's unbalanced within us, has other devastating impacts on our health, on our being, on our soul. I'm a mum of four. I've worked hard all my life, like many of us do, because we have no choice. And I was constantly tired, like many of us are. Because my whole life I was born with a condition that I didn't know I had, and I thought I was just lazy. And as I was feeling more and more depleted and exhausted as a mother, I constantly used to listen to motivational videos to inspire me and to give me more energy, and all that was doing was releasing serotonin within me and adrenaline, right? And I was all pumped up, like I need to do more, I need to work harder. I'm a mum, I've got to provide for my family like we all do. And I didn't realise at the time the negative impact that that was having on my nervous system and my health and my general well-being. And what that was doing to my internal soul and how the energy was depleting me, to always have to be motivated, to always have to work harder, to go to the gym and to always look at the Aries energy red side and to always have to be more and to initiate. Because there has to be a balance. You can't constantly be doing and never calming. There's the moon side, the left side of our body, the emotional side, the calm side, the stillness. And then there's the doing side, the red energy. Often some of us might see both colours or auras in meditation significantly, and that might be able to tell us the balance that's going on within ourselves. But both energies need to be balanced. In Sahaja Yoga, we look at balancing the energies, we read the energies of our body and what energy is more hot and what energy is more cold, even from healing aspects. So when we're living in a society where everything is about doing, working harder and being, what cognitive impact does that have on us? We're never going to be enough. We're never going to have enough. We're never going to ever feel happy or fulfilled. We're never going to connect with our true soul and existence and start to ask ourselves meaningful questions about what's important in life. The questions that we came here to answer. The questions that make us feel fulfilled and happy. Because those questions live within us, deep within our soul. But because we're too busy doing, and we're not still, we're not calming, we're not connecting with one inner self, we're not really finding our true strength. In the material realm and the world that we live in, the culture, the capitalist society that we live in consumer culture, and having more and being more and achieving and doing, focusing on all those material aspects, we're living in a flight or fight response. Our immune system is always pumped up and it's not healthy, it's not good for us. And also, we need to take into consideration when we're living in that mindset that the culture that we live in is depriving us from finding out who we truly are and connecting with oneself and healing oneself. Because all healing and true healing in the body happens in stillness. I'm going to go back to the cardiovascular system because blood is a major aspect of healing. Even in inflammation, you cut yourself and the blood needs to clot, and it goes to every single organ in your body to feed all the different aspects of your body. Well, when your veins are healing and rebuilding themselves, and all the building blocks and the nutrients that you eat to rebuild your brain, your veins and your vascular system, when you eat those nutrients, the natural reaction of your veins is to relax. That's what happens while they're rebuilding. They can't be tensed and pump the blood around your system at the same time as being tensed and hot and and rebuild. They need to be in that state. When do we truly heal? When we're lying down and when we're asleep. That's where all the healing happens, while we're asleep, and the body is busy calming down all the inflammation in our body. And if we've got too much fight or flight, and if we're moving around and doing too much, we're causing too much inflammation within our body and our soul, well then before the body can truly start healing and rebuilding ourselves and working on disease, it's going to be too busy spending all night fighting inflammation before it can even get to that stage. So we're going to be in a deficit of sickness, all of us. So we see strength in the material realm, a lot of us, as being muscular, being strong, the Aries red energy, initiating, doing, I'm this, I'm that, I'm testosterone, putting labels on ourselves, and I need to achieve this, I need to get this, this is what I've done. On some levels, yeah, it does take initiation to do that, and it does take strength to be able to push yourself to achieve something, especially if you're the kind of person that's the opposite character, that might be struggling with achieving, that might be struggling putting yourself out there. Then you may need more initiation. But some of us might be characters, like I was, that just can't stop doing. That it's never enough, that just has to keep working, that, and even when you keep working all day till 2 o'clock in the morning, it's still not good enough. So some of us are here in this lifetime to learn calmness and stillness, and we have to rebalance. Everyone's balance is different. But generally, the culture of our society and the capitalist way is to keep on doing and being and achieving. And if you're not doing that, then you are seen as undervalued, or you're not seen as strong, or you're not seen as the archetypal person that is portraying strength. But what we need to realize is that it takes more strength to be still. It takes more strength in a society and a culture that we live in, where we're surrounded by chaos and doing, and everyone's trying to do and be, and they think from this they'll find their meaning, to sit and close your eyes and be still and rebel and really find oneself in that chaos. It takes a lot more strength to do that. When your mind is thinking, busy mum, even a mum of 2, whatever, how many children you've got, or you're a working hard dad, whatever you are doing in life, or you're trying to achieve, you're trying to set your career and your goals and get your coursework done, whatever you're trying to do and achieve in life, to sit and have a moment in that stressful period, especially when that deadline is coming and you know, I've got to get this done, I've got to get that done, I've got to tick those boxes. To see that while your head is vibrating in that state, that is not a good energy state. To understand and comprehend that, just to take 5 minutes and sit back and say, whoa, I'm going to close my eyes, I'm going to ground myself, I'm going to focus on what I need to do, and to find your true strength and power and balance that energy for meditation is way more powerful. You totally shift your vibration. Your airspace in your head becomes completely different. And it takes strength. It takes true strength to be still. It takes true strength when you're battling illness, like I am, to learn to rest, to learn to take care of oneself. When you're so used to doing, and you want to do, and you want to see, and you want to be. But understanding that being, you don't have to do anything to be. When you're doing is when you're not being. You're not a being doing. That's not who you are. Being is existence. Being is connecting with the world and the vibrations around us. We don't have to do anything. And it's when we do that our mind is not in that state of focus, that we're not actually being, that we're not connecting with our true life force, and we're not connecting with our own spiritual essence. Being is the distraction we find ourselves in, that we're trying to escape, and we only find being and meaning from stopping doing, from space. Because it's only from space can we truly find peace. And when we live in our space and our vibration, and we're just doing, controlling that space is not a space of peace. That space is a space of chaos. Because we're surrounded by materials, atoms, life. We're surrounded by everything around us. And when we vibrate and move in a state of chaos, our atoms within us, and the ones that vibrate all around us, vibrate in that same chaos. Because we're communicating with everything. Science has found out and revealed that atoms, they move and they vibrate. When they are cooler, at a cooler temperature, those vibrations slow down. It becomes more relaxed, right? In a different state. And when we look at space, it's known to be a cooler temperature, isn't it? Space is cooler. And the energy within us that consists of so many different atoms and different compounds all within us that we're made from, our structure. They are working in synchronicity. So they are vibrating and communicating, and that's why they are more dense. There's less space, which creates fiction, which creates life, which creates our movement. But that temperature is the key to life itself and the key to us. And even when we look at inflammation and we look at herbal energetics and healing, they know when our body becomes too hot, we should focus on cooler plants and cooler herbs for healing, to calm down the inflammation and the vibration. My point is that meditation itself is the key to finding true peace and happiness, and it's only ever going to be, because we can only find true peace and happiness in space. And the space that we create in order to be peaceful needs to not be chaotic. It needs to not be doing, it needs to be balanced.